person that would engage in this or indulge in this is just a plain fool.
Welcome
to the Psychedelic Renaissance Podcast.
Last time on Psychedelic Renaissance Podcast.
Like, I've been addicted to opiates since 2003. I broke my ankle June of 2003 and started with Tramadol, worked its way up to Percocet and Vicodin, and eventually I found myself taking Oxycontin, and that's when your journey occurs from 10 p.m. at dosage until about when the sun comes up, about 7 a.m. and you're going to experience something you've never experienced in your entire life. And then the next day, they said, is the most important part. That's called recovery day. And so at 7 a.m., the shamans come. They're staring at you the whole night, by the way. The shamans are amazing. They're the most powerful people on earth. And they're just incredible. So what happens is you go to the fire ceremony, you kind of share like you're in therapy, you know, what you're trying to get out of it, what your questions are. And then the shamans explain, you know, the background with Iboga and how they have it. And then they give it to you, and it comes on a spoon. So they reach into this jar with a spoon and they scoop out this. So going into this, being told that it's a psychedelic, obviously I was like I said, I was skeptical.
So I think this is really interesting because I encounter a lot of people who talk as if psychedelics, you can take them and automatically have like a spiritual experience, automatically have your life change in some positive way.
Was Pirelli's miracle elixir, that's what did the trick, sir.
His set and setting is so different from college to now. When he was in college, it sounds like he was doing it for fun, doing it out of curiosity with his friends. Now he's at the end of his rope with an unresolvable addiction. And so that set that we talk about when we say set and setting is that mental set, and then the physical environment in which you're in. That mental set is so different. He's got an intention to heal. And then that setting, he's seeking out shaman who are trained practitioners in carrying out this work.
And he goes, you know, fire is very powerful. He goes, it's very damaging, and it can be a very positive thing. You know, it'll fuel your car, and at the same time, it'll burn down your house. And it's one of the strongest spirits. And I gotta be honest, at this point, I'm like, spirits?
Yeah.
You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. I love you, but you're crazy. You know, like, just like, okay, we're talking about spirits now. Wonderful. And he goes, I want you to look at the fire, and I want you to talk to the fire spirit. I want you to introduce yourself. First, I want you to say your dad's full name, and then your mom's full name, and then your full name. And I just want you to kind of say hi. And I'm like, you know what? I flew all the way down here. I'm going to be open, but this is bullshit. But here we go. I said my dad's full name, my mom's full name, and then my full name. And I kind of sat back and just kind of stared at it. And then something incredible happened. I saw a man dancing around in the fire. So what I did is called an autobiographical review. That's the medical term, what I was experiencing. And what I was able to do is your brain, everything that you're looking at, even this show right now, even as I'm looking at you and this board in front of me, it's all being recorded, all of it. And it's going into your brain, which is all it is a living hard drive. It's all it is. And so with this autobiographical review, I was able to think of a time as a kid, whether that be 10 years ago or 25 years ago, and I can literally go right back to that. So my eyes are shut, and my brain is projecting the image onto the back of my eyelids. So I could literally say, riding a bike with my best friend Josh and my dog's lungs. I remember that day. Boom! It's on the back of my eyelids, and I'm watching it.
So it's all there within a...
So you're watching your life on demand. Yep. Yeah. You're like, I'm recalling this, the time I built my tree house as a kid. And then I finally started getting a little more into why I was there and where maybe some of my issues might have come from. And it showed me some stuff. And I don't really feel comfortable. I mean, it's weird for me to say that because I feel comfortable saying anything, but I don't really feel comfortable sharing this on the show. But it gave me a reason why. It showed me some things that happened in my childhood that would be a reason of why I would feel maybe damaged, and maybe a reason why you'd want to fill a void with either fill a void or numb yourself.
Yeah.
And that was obviously I didn't know it at the time, but it was showing me these images from when I was a kid, and I was like, holy fuck, is that how that situation played out?
Re-experiencing or seeing something that happened to him as a child that really made him understand why he had the void, why he felt damaged, why he really was seeking the kind of drugs that he was seeking. It's really something to emphasize or spend a little time on, because so we go through trauma as children and we don't get to process that trauma. Like he's describing there, he wasn't even aware that that's how it went down. I mean, that's as under process as you get. You actually had like a false sense of what actually happened, and that false sense puts you on a certain path.
Yeah, and kids are so vulnerable to that. Like, you just don't know. You're like, when you have a kid's brain, how are you supposed to understand like horrible things that happen to you? And so no wonder so many of us have that issue.